Monday has arrived yet again, even with all of our efforts to stop it from happening. It's here. Jean is officially in Germany. She made it. Got a text yesterday and then a little Facebook convo this morning. She's doing good. A few minor bumps along the way, but other than her husband's lost luggage, everything seems to be all right. She's talking about washing his socks in the sink, so he's got a clean pair of socks because he only has one pair right now. She was talking about doing that Amish style. Yeah. We've got plenty to get to this morning. Obviously, it's Veterans Day. Thank you so much to all of our veterans. We'll be running down a list of a ton of different freebies that are available for veterans. These are things that they have earned, and they should take full advantage of today. Obviously, a lot of free food and stuff like that, but thank you so much again to all of our veterans on Veterans Day, every day of the year, too. We'll have Second Floor Sarah stop by a bit later on. Talk to us about some stuff happening in the area this week. And, of course, if you need something, you can get in touch with us. Find us online at rockmornings.com. Already getting a text from someone who wants an interview. I asked him if him or her, I don't know who it is. I asked if they wanted a job interview, and they said, no, a music interview. I'm an upcoming local artist. Well, we'll see. Shoot us a text if you want to get in touch with us. rockmornings.com for all our contact info. Music in a bit from Stained.
More of your Rock Mornings coming up in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Jean. She won't be here for 2 weeks, so it's just a whole lot of me. We'll get some people on the phone and have a few guests as we go through the next couple of weeks without Jean while she's in Germany. Doc's going to stop by sometime this week to kind of wrap up the NASCAR season. Second Floor Sarah is going to come down later on today, talk about things happening in the area this week. We'll talk to Grant Bills of the Wisco Sports Show tomorrow. Office Cora, hopefully going to join us on Friday if she's feeling better. So, yeah, or Thursday, Office Cora. So, yeah, busy. Officers in Kenosha found, quote, no real firearms in the home of that boy who was accused of attempting to enter a secure area of an elementary school last week. 13-year-old, name not made public, was arrested last Thursday, charged with one count of making, quote, terroristic threats. He is expected to make an appearance in court. Staff members at Roosevelt Elementary School there approached the teen who appeared suspicious, allegedly trying to enter the school while carrying 2 bags. He did enter a secure area of the school after trying to get through a side entrance. Then he became nervous and ran away. They did not know in the exact moment what was happening, but their actions were heroic and prevented the unfathomable, said the superintendent there, Jeff Weiss. Detectives executing a search warrant at the teen's home found several airsoft replica handguns and a replica rifle, but no real firearms located during the search. The suspect's mother, apparently very cooperative throughout the investigation, telling the police that her child does not have access to firearms. Again, a situation that could have been a lot worse. You hope that this kid gets some help. Don't like to see that kind of stuff. Donald Trump, elected president last week, announcing now former ICE Director Tom Homan will join his administration as the border czar. Former Immigration and Customs Enforcement Director Tom Homan going to be the border czar in the Trump administration. Trump making the announcement on Truth Social. This guy will be in charge of mass deportations that have been promised by the Trump campaign. Trump said in a post last night, quote, I've known Tom for a long time, and there is nobody better at policing and controlling our borders. Likewise, Tom Homan will be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin. Congratulations to Tom. I have no doubt he will do a fantastic and long-awaited for job. Elsewhere in Green Lake, Wisconsin, authorities there say that a father of 3 apparently faked his own disappearance and then left the country. Family of 44-year-old Ryan Borgward reported him missing back in August after he failed to return home from a kayaking trip. Extensive search for about 2 months. Drones, radar, boats. They found an overturned kayak and a life jacket that they believed belonged to the man. As investigators began new efforts, the sheriff's office soon learned that his name had been checked by the law enforcement in Canada back in August, the day after his disappearance. Investigators searching further learned that he had reported his passport lost or stolen, had obtained another one on May 22nd. Original passport easily located by his family. So, yeah, they think that he took off. They went through his laptop, all sorts of life insurance stuff, and just, yeah. Obviously, if anybody has any information, the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office is looking for help trying to find this guy. You can Google that if you want to get their information. Rock Mornings with Brian and Jean. Again, she made it to Germany safely. For those of you that are wondering, I know I had several people text me over the weekend wondering if Jean made it. I got a text on, I want to say Saturday, from Jean saying that they made it. And then I, of course, as I mentioned, had a bit of a conversation with her on Facebook this morning. We got sports coming up in just a bit. Dan texted in, wanted to hear some Motorhead, so we'll get to that. We'll do that Motorhead right after Stained.
Rock Mornings. On air, online, on the app.
What's the kick to win it? Oh! Blocked! The Chiefs have won! The Chiefs have won!
Oh, man. Just when it looked like the Denver Broncos were going to get it done, and kick got blocked. Chiefs remain undefeated at 9-0 by beating the Denver Broncos yesterday 16-14. Damn it. Bears lost to the Patriots somehow yesterday, 19-3.
The Bears.
Vikings squeaking out a 12-7 win over the Jags. Lions came roaring back from a 15-point deficit at halftime to beat the Texans 26-23. Of course, Packers were on the bye. Week 10 in the NFL wraps up tonight with the Miami Dolphins at the Los Angeles Rams. That game is at 7:15 on ESPN. Badger football also off this weekend. They welcome in number 1 Oregon next Saturday. That's going to be a spanking. Badger men's basketball team beat up on Appalachian State yesterday, 87-56. They're 3-0 on the season, and next up they welcome in a little bit tougher competition. Number 10, Arizona, comes to town on Friday night at 8 o'clock. That game will be on Peacock. Bucks, of course, snapping that 6-game losing streak on Thursday with a win over the Jazz. Then they got pantsed by the Knicks on Friday. They lost 116-94. And then yesterday they lost again to the Celtics, 113-107. So the brief respite there on Thursday where the Bucks got a win, but back to the losing streak they go. Bucks are off tonight. They are at home tomorrow against the Raptors at 7 o'clock. Things a little testy between the Bucks and the Celtics last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say. Celtics guard Jaylen Brown taking exception to a fake handshake offered up by Giannis in the second quarter of the game. Giannis offering his hand to Jaylen Brown after being whistled for an offensive foul, but he pulled it back and ran it through his hair like too slow. You know, the too up high, up low, down here, down slow, all that stuff. Yeah. Brown reaching out to accept the handshake, and Giannis pulled it away from him. Kind of the Charlie Brown football thing. Giannis then, of course, laughed and smiled before he reached his hand back out again. Brown did not accept it this time, however, shaking his head on the court, and after the game he had some words for Giannis, called him a child. Essentially, Giannis is a child. I'm just focused on helping my team get a win, and that's what we did tonight. Oof. Yeah, I don't know if amidst a losing streak and, you know, I mean, what is it, a 2-8 start for the Bucks, if doing handshake jokes on the court is maybe the best move, but I don't know. You got to try to find some light in the end of that dark tunnel, right? Elsewhere on the racetrack, boy, big weekend. Obviously, NASCAR championship yesterday. Ty Majeski won his first NASCAR truck championship on Friday night, claiming the season finale at Phoenix. 30-year-old Wisconsin native, giving Thor Sport Racing its third series title in the past 4 years, their second in a row. Number 98 Ford crossing the finish line about 4 seconds ahead of Corey Haim to win the race and the title. The victory was Ty Majeski's third of the season, started on the pole at 132 of 150 laps. So a dominant victory on Friday night in Phoenix for Ty Majeski as he wins the truck championship Then, of course, yesterday, Joey Logano, who was out in the second round but got back in because of a disqualification, ended up winning yesterday. Logano was added to the round of 8 following Alex Bowman's disqualification, and then immediately went to Vegas Motor Speedway to win the third round opener. It made Logano the first driver locked into the winner-take-all finale at Phoenix yesterday. And he capitalized with his third NASCAR Cup Series championship, using a near-flawless drive to hold off teammate Ryan Blaney and give Team Penske their third major motorsports title in less than a month and their third consecutive NASCAR title as well. Elsewhere in NASCAR, of course, sad news this weekend as legendary NASCAR Hall of Famer Bobby Allison died on Saturday. He was 86, surrounded by his family. They released a statement saying Bobby was the ultimate fans driver. He thoroughly enjoyed spending his time with his fans and would stop to sign autographs and have conversations with them everywhere he went. He was a dedicated family man and friend and a devout Catholic. Of course, he got an extra victory kind of not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and that made him fourth all-time with 85, trailing Richard Petty with 200 wins, David Pearson with 105, Jeff Gordon with 93, and now Allison 85. They gave him a win, which left him ahead of Darrell Waltrip. Sad news out of NASCAR. Bobby Allison passing away at the age of 86 over the weekend. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Jean. Again, she made it to Germany safely. Mike's luggage, not so much. Always something, right? Got a text from Jim, said happy Veterans Day to everybody back home. 3 months left in Kuwait. Go Army. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it, and thank you for your service. Stay safe there in Kuwait. We'll be talking a bit more about Veterans Day here in a bit, including some of the deals that are available for veterans today. Lots of them, especially food-related ones, restaurants. Also got some Lincoln Park and some Buck Cherry, and if you want to get in touch with me this morning, hit up rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Streaming now on Wicked.com. Once upon a time, there was a good witch. And then there was me, a bad witch. I've been really, really bad. And now I'm going through the woods, all alone, looking for the Wizard of Oz. Oz. Oh. Download the new movie, The Bad, Bad Witch, on Wicked.com.
Oops. Apparently Mattel effed up a little bit. Not the first time this has happened. Somebody in the marketing department is probably going to lose their job. Maybe a couple of somebodies. But several people who bought dolls or action figures for the movie Wicked went to the website that was printed on the back by the barcode and ended up on a porn site. Yeah. Mattel printing the URL for a very naughty website on the boxes of their dolls for the new Wicked movie, specifically the ones for Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo's characters. Accident, obviously, but pretty big one. It's not like, you know, they sent you to the poison control website. The website on the dolls box is Wicked.com, which, of course, is an adult website instead of the correct website, which is WickedMovie.com. If you do go to Wicked.com, there is a black warning page right at the beginning that says it's an adult website. You need to be 18 or older to enter, but if you click enter, then bam, porn right in front of you. URL in small print on the back of the boxes next to the copyright information and the barcode. One person commenting online saying, I was so excited after I bought your toy, and when I went to Wicked.com to see more Wicked products, I was met with hardcore pornography. This is unacceptable. I expect reimbursement. Come on. Give me a break. You want your $8 back? Here's your $8. Grow up, Peter Pan. Oh, no. You spent half a second on a porno website. Mattel, of course, admitting to the misprint, say that they deeply regret the error, advising parents to discard the packaging or scratch out the link. They were also taking immediate action to replace the old stock with the correct packaging. The movie, by the way, doesn't come out till November 22nd. So people out there buying up them Wicked toys and going to the wrong-ass website. Oops. My bad. People get too fired up about the most inane things. Tonight on television, you got Monday Night Football on ESPN. The Rams hosting the Dolphins. Over on NBC tonight, The Voice knockout rounds begin. Series finale of My Brilliant Friend on HBO tonight. Also on TV, Superman and Lois, 911 Lone Star, Rescue High Surf, NCIS, Brilliant Minds, and NCIS Origins. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson going to be on with Fallon tonight. Rebecca Ferguson and Riley Green also going to be on with Fallon. I'm assuming he's talking up Moana 2, right? That's coming out soon. Jimmy Kimmel's talking to the dude, Jeff Bridges. Also Sting, who's going to be in Milwaukee with Billy Joel in 2025. Stephen Colbert's got Chris Evans, Javier Bardem, and 50 Cent. Jim Parsons and Wendy McClendon-Covey going to be on with Seth Meyers. That's what's on the boob tube tonight. Wife and I started watching The Substance last night after football was over and after the Bucks-Celtics game came to an end. Got home from watching NFL action with some friends, having some beers, eating some food. And, started watching. I started falling asleep. I was kind of done for. But it stars Demi Moore. Dennis Quaid's in it. And she's kind of like she's getting older. And she gets some kind of weird drug in the mail and then starts using it to look like she's younger. And then I don't want to give too much of it away because it was kind of interesting. But apparently my wife stayed up and watched it. And based on her Facebook posts after I went to bed, it doesn't seem like she really enjoyed the experience. Yeah. But it's called The Substance. Wife apparently stayed up a little bit too late to watch that one last night. I went to bed. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Get some Stone Temple Pilots in a bit. If you need something, you can text us on the Rock line, 608-784-0957. Find the rest of our contact info on our website, rockmornings.com. You can listen to the show live there. You can also, of course, register to win prizes and listen to our daily podcast. Right now, it's Buck Cherry.
Rock Mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Nothing wrong with some Tool early in the morning. Right? Right. Jambi. Jambi in the box. Mecca like a high, Mecca hiney ho. Also heard from Buck Cherry before that. It was funny, on Friday we had some of the bull riders from the Professional Championship Bull Riding at the Lacrosse Center stop by and talk about the upcoming weekend at the center with the bull riding and the mutton busting and the barrel racers. And we have a Buck Cherry set list from when they were in town in August. I think it was August for the Big River Rally. And there's a lot of F words on it. And the one guy didn't know it was a set list. He just thought it was us printing out a bunch of words on a piece of paper, and he took some pictures of the set list, took them with him. I tried to explain to him who Buck Cherry was. He didn't quite grasp the concept. Not really his jam. Some Stone Temple Pilots coming up in a bit. If you need something, rockmornings.com is the website. Looks like somewhere around 50 degrees. Maybe some sunshine later on. Shouldn't be too bad.
Rock Mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9.
STP, Interstate Love Song, on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. If you love Moo Dang, you're in luck because there's another one. This one's called Haggis. Moo Dang, the pygmy hippo that everybody's gushing over. There's a new one, new tiny hippo at the Edinburgh Zoo in Scotland. Baby pygmy hippo named Haggis. She is apparently just about 2 weeks old, and the internet is absolutely infatuated with Haggis. Moo Dang is old news. It's got to be tough, though, if you're Haggis, because all the memes and videos have already been created with Moo Dang. It's going to be hard to break new ground. A couple in Utah are going viral, if you will, after they told the story of how they got together and got married. Apparently, they were dating back in 2020. and Jenna broke up with Mitchell. But then Mitchell went skiing and suffered a very serious concussion. Didn't remember that they actually broke up, apparently. That's how bad the concussion was. Thought they were still dating. One thing led to another, apparently. She decided maybe dumping him was not the right move. So they got back together, and then they're married 6 months later. They just celebrated their 4th anniversary.
This poor guy goes skiing, which he loves, and he hit his head, got a really bad concussion, and he didn't remember that I broke up with him. And I chat with him. I am so sorry I broke up with you. I've had time thinking about it, and you've just been so awesome. I want to get back together. And come to find out, concussion was really bad. He didn't remember us breaking up. So he just thought that we were still dating and that I just was not messaging him that often or something. We got back together, and then 7 months after that, we got married, and we've been married for 4 years since then, and it's been so much fun.
Aww. Right? 22-year-old Mitchell, back in 2020, was apparently attempting to do a flip at Utah's Beaver Mountain when he landed wrong, hit his head, blacked out, woke up while paramedics were taking him down the hill, completely unaware of what was happening. Mitchell's concussion significantly impacting his memory, causing him to forget that his breakup with Jenna actually occurred. At the hospital, he called who he thought was still his girlfriend to pick him up because he couldn't drive. She says, "Why is he messaging me this? I just broke up with him." Mitch kept messaging me, trying to hang out after his concussion. I was confused as to why he would keep messaging me because we had broken up. I thought that maybe he took the statement of staying friends really seriously. It even was to the point when I told him that my roommates and I had a hard day and he came and bought us ice cream. And yeah, apparently they started working on things, and I guess the truth came to light that Mitchell didn't remember them breaking up. And a few months later, they were back together and married. Now they're celebrating, well, they just celebrated in early September their 4th wedding anniversary. Aww. And another one that'll get you right in the feels. No name on this one, but looks like about a 8, 9, 10-year-old kid out trick-or-treating. Not quite sure what his costume is. Looks almost like maybe Forrest Gump from when he was wearing the striped shirt, and it was buttoned up. Not quite sure, but he apparently goes up to a house in the neighborhood based on the the Ring camera, the doorbell camera, and the people that own the house had left a bowl with candy as opposed to answering the door. The kid realized there wasn't any candy in the bowl, and so he poured all his candy out.
Oh. There you go. You got a full bowl. Don't worry. Mom, they didn't have candy, so I'll put candy in it.
Oh, man. Parents doing a good job with that little guy. Yeah, looks to be about a 9-year-old kid, and walks up, looks in the bowl, and says, "Aw." Then it doesn't seem like he has a ton of candy in his bag yet, but was still more than happy to dump all of his candy out into their bowl and then let his mom know that now they've got some candy in their bowl. How nice. Nothing wrong with being nice, right? Got Detroit coming up in just a bit. Also, the Colts will run down some Veterans Day freebies and offers that you can take advantage of, and you should take advantage of if you're a veteran. You obviously have earned all of these freebies, so please get out there and take advantage of them. We'll get to that list here in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Welcome back. It's Monday.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Happy Veterans Day!
Veterans Day is about every service and every branch.
Thank you for your service.
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 Especially all of our veterans. Thank you.
Thank you for all that you've done.
We salute you.
Enjoy your day.
You earned it.
It's showtime.
Obviously, today is Veterans Day. Should thank veterans every day of the year, not just on November 11th, but a lot of companies doing their best to say thanks, give back, offering freebies to veterans. Hy-Vee, I know, is doing a free veterans breakfast until 10 a.m. Free breakfast for veterans at Hy-Vee plus 15% off your grocery purchase, I believe, today only at Hy-Vee. Free coffee at Starbucks. Veteran service members, military spouses get a free tall 12-ounce brewed coffee, hot or iced, today at participating Starbucks stores. Cold brew, by the way, not included. I believe Dunkin' Donuts doing a free donuts. B-Dubs, past and present members of the armed services with a valid ID get 10 free boneless wings and fries today at Buffalo Wild Wings. The offer good for dine-in or also walk-in orders placed at the counter only. Buffalo Wild Wing also has a 15% military discount for dine-in and call-in orders. Applebee's, a free Veterans Day menu. Veterans and active duty military, reserves, National Guard all get a free meal today at Applebee's from an exclusive Veterans Day menu, which includes, actually not too bad, 6-ounce top sirloin, classic bacon cheeseburger, double crunch shrimp. Veterans who dine in also get a $5 bounce back card to redeem for another visit to Applebee's. Chili's offering up a free entree today to all veterans and active military personnel. Complimentary menu items include the chicken bacon ranch quesadilla, 3-count chicken crispers, chili or soup with a side salad. Grubhub's got some deals. Veterans Day and through the rest of the week until Sunday. Delivery service Grubhub has several specials for places like B-Dubs, Chipotle, Popeyes, select grocers as well. If you want to go to usatoday.com, they've got a whole list of freebies that are available to veterans and military service members today on Veterans Day. There's a whole bunch. Obviously, a lot of chain restaurants. Some of them not in our area. I see Cracker Barrel on there, Dave & Buster's, Famous Dave's. Veterans can get a free lunch, a Georgia chopped pork sandwich plus a choice of side today, one per veteran with valid ID. Fazoli's, all active military veteran and veterans can enjoy a free spaghetti with marinara or meat sauce at participating locations. What else? Golden Corral's on there. You've got, and they've got, it's really cool. They've got it listed alphabetically. Hooters, all retired and active duty military who present proof of service or a military ID. When you order a drink on Monday, today at Hooters, we'll get a free meal from the Hooters Veterans Day menu, which includes a whole bunch of stuff, including a chicken sandwich and a Hooters burger, chicken salad. Yeah, and of course, a lot of local places will also be doing stuff. So take advantage of it. It's Veterans Day. You earned it. If they say the first beer is on us, then have at it. Enjoy that very first beer. Got a text from Brenda at the Sweet Stop and Sandwich Shop in Preston saying all veterans get a free sandwich from the Sweet Stop and Sandwich Shop in Preston today. So, yeah. And if you've got any more of these deals, maybe for some local businesses, and you want to let me know about that, please send that to us. rockmornings.com. Find all our contact info there. More than happy to share that stuff. But Veterans Day today, lots of deals out there for veterans on all sorts of different stuff, whether it's food, groceries, drinks, delivery, all that stuff. Again, usatoday.com has a huge list, over 80 different businesses nationwide that are offering up some freebies. Qdoba says veterans and active duty military members get a 50% discount off any full-size entree today when they dine in. Red Lobster, Raising Cane's, whole bunch of them. Check it out online at usatoday.com. Get to sports in a bit. Also got the Cult coming up. Right now it's Detroit.
Rock Mornings on 95.7 The Rock.
The Cult with Firewoman on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Take one step forward, 2 steps back. That's what the Bucks did this weekend. Getting a win over the Jazz on Thursday, but then losing to the Knicks on Friday, and then losing to the Celtics yesterday. Bucks off tonight, but they're back at home tomorrow night against the Raptors at 7 o'clock. Not good. Not good. Packers, of course, on the bye week. Bears lost somehow to the Patriots yesterday, 19-3. Fire Eberflus, right? That's what everybody's chanting. They want him out of there. They want his ass gone. Eberflus. Not good. Very ugly in Chicago yesterday for the Bears. I mean, the Patriots are everybody's get-right team right now. You know, you look at the Patriots on your schedule like, if we're not doing so well, we'll put up 30 on those guys and we'll get the ship back up and running again. Not the Bears. Vikings managed to squeak out a 12-7 win over the Jags yesterday. Lions came back from a 2-plus touchdown or 2-touchdown plus deficit at halftime to beat the Texans 26-23. Week 10 in the NFL wrapping up tonight with the Dolphins at the Rams. That'll be at 7:15 on ESPN. Badger football, of course, off this weekend. Next weekend, Oregon coming to town. Ooh. That could get ugly. Badger men's basketball team got a nice win over Appalachian State yesterday, 87-56. They're now 3-0 on the very young season. Next up, they welcome in number 10 Arizona on Friday. That game at 8 o'clock on Peacock. Ty Majeski got the truck championship on Friday night in Phoenix. Joey Logano got the NASCAR Cup Series championship yesterday in Phoenix. Auburn men's basketball team flight to Houston had to be grounded shortly after takeoff on Friday because of a scuffle involving a couple of players on the plane. Oops. Incident was over before it escalated into anything serious, but the flight's personnel opted to turn the plane around and land, and they had to figure things out, and they made it and whatever, but still, like, a couple of guys on the plane couldn't get their act together. Florida Gators men's basketball coach Todd Golden, subject of a Title IX investigation following allegations of sexual harassment, stalking, and cyber stalking from multiple women, including students, according to a complaint. Florida received a formal Title IX complaint against Golden back in September that alleges sexual exploitation, sexual harassment, and stalking. Golden, who is 39, married father of 2 young boys, apparently aimed these behaviors towards Florida students and former students, according to the Title IX complaint. Obviously, the school conducting an investigation. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Windy. That's the word. Was looking at maybe putting up Christmas decorations today. Still got some lights on the house from Halloween. My thought was that rather than take the big ladder out, the extending ladder, more than once, just wait, and on the day that I take the Halloween decorations down from the roof and the eaves and all that crap, I would also put up the Christmas lights. Save myself a day with the big ladder. I'm not, like, uncomfortable with the heights on the big ladder. It's just not a very sturdy ladder, to say the least, I guess. So, you know, you get up to the tippy top there where the apex of the roof is, and it's, you know, you're up there and there's not a lot of security. So we'll see. The guy down the street, the Griswolds, he's already got like half of his lights up. So I got to get going because I don't want to be out there doing that when it's in the 30s. I was thinking about trying to get it done this week. It looks like today and tomorrow, some sunshine, but again, a little bit windy. Then some rain moving in on Wednesday. I mean, it's already the middle of November here, you know? It's crazy. Time just keeps cranking. Music in a bit from Five Finger Death Punch. Doc wanted to hear some Otherwise. We'll try to get to that in a bit. And also some Disturbed coming up.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Veterans of the blue and the gray, I accept this monument in the spirit of brotherhood and peace.
There can be no greater service to our country and no source of pride more real.
Today, Veterans Day, as we do every year, we take that moment to embrace the gentle heroes of Vietnam and of all our wars.
As our forces fight, they and their families are in our prayers.
The brave Americans serving our nation today in the Persian Gulf, in Somalia, and wherever else they stand are testament to our resolve.
They deserve to know that their elected leaders who voted to send them to war continue to stand behind them.
So thank you for your service and your sacrifice.
You are among the very greatest Americans who will ever live. You are the pride of our nation. You are the glory of our republic. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Some of the presidents over the last umpteen years talking about Veterans Day. I did get a couple of text messages, one from Mike and one from Chris, and they both said the same thing. Just an update on the Veterans Day deals. Quick Trip is offering a free breakfast combo for all veterans and active duty military. You get a breakfast sandwich and a 16 fluid ounce Karuba coffee, milk, or orange juice. That's today only at Quick Trips. And the offer, of course, is for all veterans and active duty military members. Mention you're a veteran at checkout, and you'll be good to go. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Chris, for sending along that. Got a text from someone named Brittany, who said the concussion story earlier sounds like about 5 movies that I've watched on Hallmark. Yeah, they may actually be trying to sell their story to Hallmark so they can get a movie made and get a few bucks out of that. But it does have that Lifetime Hallmark sort of feeling to it. Bill wants to hear some AC/DC. Doc wanted to hear some Otherwise. Said We Are Soldiers be a great song for today. Doc also said thank you all for your service. Thank you. Appreciate that. By the way, if you're not happy with the election results from last week, and there's plenty of you who are not, I've seen you all over the Facebook. A lot of angry people. A lot of people very upset. If you're upset, you don't know how you're going to cope for the next 4 years once Trump takes office in January, and you're looking to get out of the country. I've seen a few of these people talking about moving to Canada, going somewhere else. I wish you the best of luck. You can certainly try that route. But if you've got some extra cash laying around and you just want to go on a really long 4-year vacation, there's a new cruise line. It's kind of like Snowpiercer. Are you familiar with this show? The people living on a train that just goes around the world. Never-ending train ride. Yeah, I think it was a movie, right? And then it became a TV show. A cruise line just announced a special package called Skip Forward, which will allow travelers to spend 4 years on a cruise ship, returning home to America just in time for the next president, which would be 2028. The cruise will travel to all 7 continents. It'll go to 140 countries. Obviously not going to be cheap. Single occupancy rooms start at $256,000. Double occupancy rooms start at $320,000. So, if you want to cash in, maybe sell your house, sell your vehicles, and you're not going to need them for 4 years. You can figure all that out when you get off the boat. Maybe take a few bucks out of your 401k or something. That covers everything, by the way, on board the ship, including food and drinks, fitness center, spa, all that stuff. There's also options for shorter cruises of varying lengths, including a midterm option for 2 years. A representative for the company, I think it's called Villa V Residences, says that the trip gives passengers the, quote, flexibility to escape traffic jams, politics, and the monotony of city life. But yeah, a new Skip Forward cruise package for those of you that are unhappy with the presidential election and want to get out of America for 4 years. That's a lot of money. All 7 continents, though. 140 countries. Probably a lot of E. coli, right? Don't people on cruise ships get sick a lot? Yeah. I don't know. We see more and more retirees. They're starting to do cruise ships, right? They're starting to, instead of living in their apartment or in their home or whatever, they're starting to get on cruise ships because they've got, full-time staff. They got the food. They got the drinks. They got everything. So maybe this is your chance to get out and see the world. Spend a lot of money, too. Oof. Expensive. We'll get back to the music here with some Disturbed. Also get to that requested Otherwise in just a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings on your rock station.
That is Otherwise and Soldiers by request for Doc on this Veterans Day. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. Actually got a couple of really nice text messages from Adrian and Ryan. The Patrick brothers from Otherwise, after we put our dog down last week. Very nice to hear from them. Got a lot of text messages. Still getting them. Thank you. Everybody reaching out. Very nice of you. Every day gets a little easier. Tough this weekend, but getting there. Got an email from Lynn. Says veterans save an additional 10% today on top of in-store sales, and that's at Duluth Trading. So if you're looking to get some underwear, save an extra couple of bucks, you can do that today. Veterans, again, saving an additional 10% on top of in-store sales at Duluth Trading. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate it. Again, went through a bit of a list earlier for some Veterans Day deals, and you can see a whole slew of them online if you go to usatoday.com. They've got about 80 of them listed there at their website. And, of course, a lot of local businesses, probably also veteran-owned businesses offering up some savings today on Veterans Day. So keep that in mind if you're going out, taking a veteran out for lunch or for a couple of beers. Mike texted in, wants to hear When I'm Gone by Three Doors Down. Got another text. Somebody wants to hear some I Prevail. Bill wanted to hear that Highway to Hell from AC/DC, so I'll try to get to all that. Busy morning, obviously. We got Sarah from the second floor coming in just a bit to talk about some stuff that's happening in our area this week, and we'll also get to the Toadies in a couple of minutes. Stick around.
More of your rock mornings coming up in just a bit.
The Toadies with Possum Kingdom on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Mark, Butt Fumble Sanchez is 38 years young today.
I have never seen this before in my life. Watch this. Vince Wilfork is going to throw Brandon Moore back into his quarterback. He's going to fumble the football. This is what Reggie White used to do to people. Forklift them and just lift them off the ground. Mark Sanchez not expecting it, and it was the backside of Brandon Moore that knocked the ball out.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez, the butt fumble. Retired in 2019. I think he works for ESPN. I think I've seen him on like Cowherd and stuff too. But 38. Leonardo DiCaprio is 50. Titanic, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Wolf of Wall Street. There's a whole bunch of them. Demi Moore, 62.
Sam's dead, okay? He's dead.
Tell her I love her.
He says he loves you. Sam would never say that.
Ditto. Tell her ditto.
That was ditto. Ditto.
Oh, Demi Moore, 62. My wife just stayed up way past her bedtime last night watching that new movie, The Substance, and apparently it hit home. Probably going to have to talk about that this afternoon when she gets done from work. Stanley Tucci, 64 years old, actor. Been in a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see, November 11th, 106 years ago, 1918, World War I, ending on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The war to end all wars. Not quite. 103 years ago today, 1921, President Warren G. Harding dedicating the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery, where they interred the casket of a randomly selected soldier from World War I. Caskets for unknowns from World War II and the Korean War were added in the 50s, and then finally the remains of an unknown from the Vietnam War added in the 80s, although they know who that is now. If you've never been there, you got to go. It's a must as an American citizen. D.C. obviously has a lot of that stuff, but Arlington National Cemetery is just beautiful and awe-inspiring and heartbreaking and all that. But yeah, on this day in 1921. 1976, Kiss releasing their fifth studio album, Rock and Roll Over, featuring Calling Dr. Love. It was all right. Not their best album, but 43 years ago today, 1981, Dodgers pitcher Fernando Valenzuela, who just passed away recently, became the first player to win Rookie of the Year and the Cy Young Award in the same season. 1988, Ernest Saves Christmas in theaters.
Know what I mean, Vern?
Know what I mean, Vern? Yeah. One of my wife's favorites. She loves that film. Also in 1994, The Santa Claus. Tim Allen takes over for Santa. That movie, the first one, in theaters on this day in 94.
You put on the suit, you're the big guy.
What if I don't buy into this Santa Claus thing?
They made way too many sequels. Like Way too many. Ash and Sanu coming up in just a bit, and Second Floor Sarah is going to join us and talk about something or some stuff that's happening in our area this week.
Rock Mornings. On air, online, on the app.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Jean. She made it safely to Germany. I don't know if you heard. Second Floor Sarah.
Yeah.
I got a text from her on Saturday, and then I got a message this morning. Apparently Mike's luggage is missing.
Oh, no.
She's got to wash his one pair of underwear and his one pair of socks in the sink like... What is it, Little House on the Prairie, she was telling me this morning?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, but she made it safely to Germany. I had a lot of people asking me about that this weekend. She said, I think I'll wash Mike's only socks and undies so he has clean ones for work tomorrow, like Little House on the Prairie. She said, I thought I could lay in bed and watch TV all day, but channels are dumb and everything's in German. It's like they have another word for everything here. So... But yeah, apparently some flight mishaps. They lost Mike's luggage, but they are safely in Germany right now. So that's good.
It's a hotel, not an Airbnb?
Yeah, I would assume it's a hotel. I don't... I can't imagine the process of trying to get an Airbnb in Germany along with all the other stuff she was trying to take care of. So Second Floor Sarah, who deals with our website aroundrivercity.com, in the studio on Mondays right around 8:15 to talk about stuff that's happening in our area this week. And you've got a couple of items here. What do we got?
Yeah, today there's going to be Granny basketball, the lacrosse Does versus Holman Boys and Girls Club 8th grade girls fundraiser.
Does as in like doe a deer, a female deer?
Doe
or doe
deer.
as in like Homer or Simpson doe?
No, Doe a
Does.
deer. Mm-hmm.
So is that old ladies playing young kids in basketball?
Yeah.
And they have to shoot it like a granny from the free throw line? Because do you know what a granny is?
I do.
The under... All right. I don't know what kids know today. I don't know what you're aware of.
It's 1920s girls basketball rules, which I was doing a little digging on, and it doesn't look all that different. It says there's just more passing than dribbling.
All right. More passing than dribbling. And it's the does versus the kids?
Yeah, the girls, 8th grade girls.
And when does this take place and where?
This is today from 6 to 8 p.m. It's going to be $5 a ticket. That's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club in the Holman area.
All right, the one out in Holman.
Boys and Girls Club. Mm-hmm.
Go watch a bunch of old ladies. Are they going to, can they elbow the kids, or no, is that not allowed?
I don't know.
Hard foul, come through the paint, Granny takes you down, one of those things? No?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. What else do we got going on this week in our area?
Skipping ahead to Friday, the Spunky Bumpkins are going to be at Moose Lodge.
I don't like their name. I know who they are. I love Brittany and all that, but I hate that name because I always feel like I mispronounce it. Do you feel that way?
Spunky Bumpkins. That's not something you could say 5 times fast for sure.
Go ahead, try.
Spunky Bumpkins, Spunky Bumpkins, Spunky Bumpkins, Spunky Bumpkins, Spunky Bumpkins. I
Not
guess
bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad. You did pretty well. So where are they playing on Friday?
They're going to be at Moose Lodge. So that's over on the south side there, right next to Marcus Cinemas.
Represent South Side.
So, yeah.
There's one in Eau Claire today I wanted to mention. 15th today being Veterans Day. The 15th annual Veterans Day barbecue, free lunch, a bake sale, and a raffle with prizes. This is today from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. It's provided by KP Catering. There's going to be some live music by McGinnis and Rogers from 11 until 1. Also, the 204th Army Band will perform from 1:30 until 2:30. Exhibit tables from local organizations and businesses. There will be a bake sale, some live drawings, a raffle, and a bunch of prizes as well. All the proceeds from that event will be donated back to local veterans organizations, and that's today from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. at the Eau Claire Event District up in Eau Claire if you want to stop by, and you can find more about that one at aroundthe715.com. It's right there at the top of the event page. So there's lots of events happening this week, this weekend, all throughout the area, whether they're in La Crosse or in Eau Claire, and Spunky Bumpkins on Friday.
Yeah.
At the Moose. You said you've never been to the Moose?
I've never been there. No.
How long have you lived in this area?
About 5 years.
Okay.
So I've never had a reason to go.
It's the Moose. Fish fry. Old fashions.
I guess I didn't know they did. It does say come for supper and enjoy the show.
Yeah,
so
right? Food, drinks,
I'll have to
music.
look into it. 70s to current. That's a good range of music.
The spicy bumpkins? Spunky? All right.
Spunky.
How many people work upstairs here now? What do you got in there?
In
you got a dozen?
Room or
In that big room where you're at?
just in the room? Probably 10.
10 to 12?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there?
Yeah.
One out of all those people up there has never pooped here at work. Did you know that?
I could never do that.
Are you okay talking about poop?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. A new survey about bathroom habits at work, and I find this to be hilarious. People that don't poop at work. 1 out of every 12 employees, 8%, claim they never poop at work, and 34% are scared to do so. They'll do it if they have to in an emergency, but so these people will carry around a load for a full day of work or cut out early or go somewhere on their lunch break and take a turd because they're afraid to do it at work.
They're lying.
Nearly 1 in 5 employees refuse to poop at work unless it's absolutely necessary, and 1 out of every 4 choose to hold it in all day and wait until they get home.
That sounds awful.
Can you imagine that?
It's like literal torture.
You're getting like the meat sweats, but it's the poop sweats. You know what I mean? Like where you overdo it, and now you just, and imagine a day where things aren't right. I mean, maybe you had a little too much that weekend. For most people, the biggest issue is the lack of privacy, embarrassment about the smell, then noise concerns, fear of judgment from coworkers, like, oh my God, what's wrong with that guy? Concerns about cleanliness, and people who, quote, can't go in public due to being shy about it. But yeah, apparently 1 out of every 12 employees in an office setting does not poop at work because they're too afraid to do so. So in your office upstairs where you work with all the people, you scope it out. If it's not you, then it's somebody else.
I'll have to be observant and see how many.
Well, maybe just, be nice to the people. Say, hey, look, if you need to poop, I'll guard the door.
Oh, yeah.
So no one else can come in.
There's some Febreze in there.
Is there?
Yeah, cover it up.
Women's rooms are weird. You guys got there's like lady razors in one over here. And
Oh, we're not that fancy upstairs.
all right. Well, thank you, Second Floor Sarah, coming down every Monday talking about things happening in our area this week. Hit up aroundrivercity.com for more details on events in our area. You can also hit up aroundthe715.com for events in Eau Claire. Don't forget about that Veterans Lunch over there at the Eau Claire Event District today from 11 until 5. We'll get to the friggin' sports in just a bit. Right now, it's from Ashes to New.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That is 3 Days Grace. Animal I have become. Call this a case of an old guy on the internet. It's bound to happen when you're an old guy on the internet. The friggin' sports brought to you by the Pope. Apparently the Saints, the New Orleans Saints, are getting some inadvertent spirituality courtesy of Pope Francis. The Pope has been accidentally posting on social media about religious matters with the hashtag Saints, the official hashtag for the National Football League team, on Twitter, automatically adding the team's logo of the fleur-de-lis. Among various messages, including one on the 5th of November, the Pope Francis, said the hashtag Saints are precious pearls and are always living and relevant because they provide a fascinating commentary on the gospel. Their lives are an illustration of the good news that Jesus brought to humanity. The team, this is the best part, the team reposting the message. It's not like somebody got to the Pope and said, hey, dude, we got to change your tweet. No, they just left it hanging out there. The team reposting the message, thanking the Pope Francis, for his prayers, saying, quote, we need him. Another one from November 7th, the Pope said, we cannot become hashtag saints with a frown. We must have joyful hearts that remain open to hope. The team reposted that one as well and said, amen, hashtag saints. Obviously, they're not doing well this season. I think they won their first 2 games and they've lost everyone since then. But a lot of people commenting on these tweets about the Pope and about the hashtag saints, having a blast, having some fun with it. And of course the team's like, yeah, thanks, Pope. We need it. One guy, Jono Barnes, Jono Barnes, retweeted the Pope's tweet about the precious pearls, saying, even the Pope is excited we fired Dennis Allen. Somebody else, Johnny Mondo on Twitter, said, losing to the Panthers was so bad they had to call up the Pope. Somebody else, Dusty Lee Cook, retweeted the Pope's tweet about the Saints and frowning by saying, any chance the @Houston Texans can catch a blessing too? I'm sure someone in the Pope's inner circle is going to get to him soon and be like, hey, dude, we got to change that hashtag. No more hashtag saints. Fanatics, the company that makes hats and jerseys and all that stuff, even getting in on it, retweeting the Pope and saying, what's your size, your holiness? Maybe going to send him some goodies in the mail. Hashtag saints. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Music from The Funeral Portrait in just a bit, and we'll get to Bad News, Happy Music next.
Rock Mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril.
Now that's just nasty.
Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Got a text from Cooch. Said, I may be late on this request, but I'll give it a shot. Please play 1111 by Dinosaur Pile Up. The song still rocks, and it's my kid's birthday. I should also say happy birthday, Caden. So there you go. Just played your song. Happy birthday to your kid. It is, of course, 11/11 today, and this is Bad News with Happy Music. Apparently, there's a new plastic surgery trend. People are getting their noses chopped up to look like they belong in Whoville. Turkish plastic surgeon doing these nose alterations, deeming it the Whoville nose job, just in time for the holidays. And the pictures, yeah, make it look like they're singing about wazzles and whatever the hell else the Who's do. Who hash. A virtual fan of rhinoplasty doctor Ferda Erol, said, okay, now this is beautiful, raving about a trending TikTok transformation. Inspired by Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, viral video features before and after visuals of some of the doctor's handiwork. She reshapes a female patient's nose to look more like Cindy Lou Who, upturned tip and all. Someone begging, me next, please, in a separate comment. But yeah, kind of like in the live-action movie with Jim Carrey and Taylor Momsen of The Pretty Reckless. This doctor, who's amassed over 4 million views on these videos from nosy onlookers, showing the before and after clips of her work, creating upslopes that would give your nose the appearance that you belong in Whoville. Yeah, a lot of people like it. Some people, of course, do not like it. Someone asking, is this illegal? Some people saying that the patient's new nose reminded them of Miss Piggy or Michael Jackson. But the new nose trend apparently is to get your nose looking like you belong in Whoville with this Turkish doctor who's going viral on TikTok. Elsewhere, I got to get to this festival. I didn't even hear about this thing until today. Picklesburg. Have you heard about this Picklesburg thing? There's a quote-unquote influencer, goes by the name Nicole Skirts, and she went to this Picklesburg Pickle Festival in Pittsburgh, and apparently she ate so many pickle items that her face began to swell up. She had an allergic reaction to all the pickles that she was eating. Yeah. I guess it didn't happen till later in the day, so maybe it was just one particular item. But she was just hammering all these pickle items.
I just picked up some pickle pizza. Got good. This is a cannoli made out of pickles. I just got a pickled lemonade. Just bought a pickled egg roll. Good, good. Of course, I had to grab a giant dill pickle. Wow. The pickle's good. We got a bunch of pickle-themed souvenirs. We got this candy. It is Gumpers Gummy Liquid-Filled Poppers. Pickle-themed, obviously, because we're big pickle people.
I love pickles. I'd love to go to a pickle fest. Picklesburg. Annual Pickle Theme Festival in Pittsburgh. Nicole Skirt's there trying a bunch of stuff, including pickle pizza, pickled cannolis, pickle egg rolls, jumbo pickle, obviously, pickle lemonade. Things apparently took a turn to the worse when her eye began to swell. She thought she might be getting a sty, something that apparently she often experiences. Didn't think much of it, then continued about her day with her boyfriend. But a couple hours later, noticed that her entire face was swelling up, especially around her eyes. Then it kind of dawned on her that she might be having an allergic reaction to eating all of these pickle items. Eventually, she went to the hospital. Doctors could not pinpoint the exact cause of her allergy, but said it was likely a one-time thing. She said, I'm a huge pickle lover, and I've been looking forward to Picklesburg for years because I couldn't attend in the past. I was planning to make a video about the event because I love pickles, but the whole situation took a turn when I ended up in the hospital. A little bit of Benadryl, you'll be fine. By the way, yeah, the pictures of her laying in the hospital bed, it looks like she just got out of a 15-round boxing match, with minus the bruising and the bleeding. But she's definitely puffed up. Had an allergic reaction to all them pickles. So if you're going to go to Picklesburg, make sure you're not allergic to pickles. Might be a smart choice.
I won't throw any pickles on your parade.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. Appreciate that. I would love pickles thrown on my parade, though. I'm going to this Picklesburg. I got to figure out when it is. Is it in November every year? Hell yeah. Like that. Nothing but pickles. Bread and butter pickles, dill pickles, garlic pickles. Anything but really spicy, crazy pickles, like jalapeno stuff. I don't do spicy foods. But, man, you got all sorts of really delicious pickles out there. I'd be all about that. And last but not least, hashtag Florida. Can't say I'm surprised by this, but a massage parlor busted for trying to offer up some extra services to their clients. Nearly 24 women behind bars now after they did a 2-day sting operation at the massage parlor called Operation Skin So Soft.
The undercover would say, no, just a massage. So on 3 different occasions, she continued to try to come back and upcharge him to engage in sex. She stood in front of the door so he couldn't leave, and then she tried to hold him down. This is a big undercover detective, and she might have been 5 foot tall. She wasn't as big as a popcorn fart, and she was trying to hold this man down. A word to the wise: if you don't want to get arrested and have your picture up here on a Skin So Soft bulletin board, don't do it. Next time, it can be the customers.
That is Sheriff Grady Judd talking about the sting operation, saying that she was smaller than a popcorn fart, apparently, but she was trying to keep this big, burly deputy from leaving, offering up extra services left and right. 20 massage therapists in Polk County accused of offering sex acts to undercover detectives in a 2-day sting called Operation Skin So Soft. Detectives went to several massage parlors, a bunch of different areas, purchasing lawful massages from licensed massage therapists. Of the 22 massage parlors that were audited, Grady Judd, the sheriff down there in Polk County, said that 12 were not in compliance. He said those parlors were also doing things that were illegal, such as prostitution. In addition to the 20 massage therapists who were arrested, another woman was arrested for interfering while deputies were arresting someone else. Oof. Apparently, only 3 of the 20 women that were arrested are U.S. citizens. The rest are on work visas. The sheriff says, I don't think the federal government had in mind this kind of work when they gave them a work visa, but they're here anyway. We want them back in their home country if they are not citizens of the U.S. You come here, you even legally come here, and you violate the law. You should have lost our trust at the federal level, and you should be returned to your home country. Added that the oldest woman arrested, 64, the youngest, 31. Oof. Wide variety. Apparently $60 for the massage, but then the woman apparently tried to have full-on sex with the guy. Not just the happy ending. Like full-on, let's get down to business. Sheriff down there, though, shutting him down. No more happy endings for you, mister. Bad news, happy music. On Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene, we'll get to our check-ins after Lincoln Park.
Rock Mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Rockmornings.com is the website where you can find all of our contact information. You can follow us on social media there. You can also listen to the show live on the website. Check out the daily podcast, register to win contests. Again, all of that online at rockmornings.com. A lot of texts this morning. Dan wanted to hear some Motorhead. I did that. He said, thank you, Brian. I said, of course. Jim texting in earlier said, happy Veterans to Veterans Day to everyone back home. 3 months left in Kuwait. Said, go Army. Thank you very much. Jim, appreciate you listening while you're overseas. And please be safe and get home safely to us. Thank you very much. We had a story earlier about a couple that broke up in 2020. And the guy went out to go skiing and apparently suffered a pretty bad concussion, so bad that he forgot they broke up. Couldn't remember. Thought they were still together. And the girl apparently realized her mistake, and now they've been married for like 4 years. And Bratney said the concussion story sounds like one of the 5 movies that I've watched on Hallmark. Yeah, it does have that Hallmark Lifetime kind of feel. Thank you to Mike and Chris, who both texted in about the Veterans Day special at Quick Trips. It's a free breakfast combo for all veterans today only. It's a breakfast sandwich and a 16-ounce Karuba coffee milk or OJ, active duty military and veterans. Just mention that you're a veteran at the checkout. Thank you to Mike and Chris for sending that along. Doc wanted to hear otherwise. Soldiers, we did that. Brenda wanted to let everybody know that all veterans get a free sandwich from the Sweet Stop and Sandwich Shop in Preston today. Thank you. Somebody else wanted to hear some I Prevail. I'll try to get to that after 9 o'clock. Mike wanted to hear some Three Doors Down. I'll see what I can do about that after 9. Travis said, F those people. The company makes $1, I make a dime, so I like to poop on company time. Yeah, talking about a recent survey that said 1 out of every 12 people in an office refuse to poop at work. Cooch wanted to hear that 1111 from Dinosaur Pile Up for his kid's birthday. Happy birthday, Caden. And John texted in a link to Picklesburg. Says, thanks for attending Picklesburg 2024. We hope you have had an unbelievable time. Picklesburg 2025 is in July. July's a bad month. I got Rockfest. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Damn you, Picklesburg. Maybe I'll just have my own event. Just buy a bunch of pickles at the store and sit around and eat them all. I like that. I could do that. Also, an email from Lynn over at Duluth Trading Company said that 10% off in addition to what's going on in stores for veterans today. Veterans save an additional 10% today on top of in-store sales. Thank you, Lynn. Thanks for all the correspondence. Good to hear from you guys. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.